Hi guys, so what we're going to review today is Netflix Death Note, the reimagination of the popular manga series, obviously recreated for a American audience. And the film is directed by Adam Wingard, starring Nate Wolff, Margaret Qualley, Shea, Whigham, Stanfield, who plays an amazing version in this of the enigmatic L, and as the voice of Rhea, Willem Dafoe. So let's just get to the story. The basis of this story, or this version of it, is rather than Light Yamagami, the character is called Light Turner in this, and rather than Misa, it's Mia. And largely the film is set around this high school setting. Light himself is slightly an outsider, doesn't really fit in, slightly different to kind of how we know him from sort of the manga and the anime, and it's just a bit of a different take. Nate Wolff plays him a bit of a sort of different kind of version to what you would be familiar with, but the film itself isn't particularly bad. I mean, his portrayal's slightly different, but you just go with the flow. They kind of feel like an emo couple throughout the film when you're watching it. Like the motivations, the way it all plays out, everything feels so quick and it happens so quickly, you're not sure why. And I think it's too short. For an hour and 40 minutes, there's just so much story to cram in there. And I think it does, unfortunately, rushes it. Adam Wingard is the director of this film. And like his previous film, The Guest, this also has a lot of that 80s sensibility. It's got a lot of the synth tones to it, and it's pretty cool in terms of the way he shot it. And I love all of that. It kind of feels like a mix of a John Carpenter film. It's a bit like Final Destination meets Donnie Darko. Now, anybody who's seen Donnie Darko will understand why I use that reference. It's really cool, and as I say, there is a standout performance by Lakeith Stanfield, who plays L in the film. He plays the character really well, although he doesn't look particularly like L from what you know and love. The mannerisms are all there, which is really good to see. The way he acts in the role is really good, and you can see he's really having fun with the role. The portrayal of the father and son angle is better played out in this than actually what I think was done with the original. So Shea Whigham has a lot to do in this as well as the father, James Turner in this, and also it's not actually that bad. Willem Dafoe obviously voices Ryuk in this version as well, so that's quite cool to see. But all you're ever thinking when you see him is you know the voice, because obviously those of us who have seen Spider-Man obviously know his voice from that, and that does kind of make you think of Spider-Man when you keep hearing him doing that voice, more the Green Goblin. It feels like you're hearing Green Goblin throughout the whole thing rather than Ryuk. But it's not actually that bad. I love all the stylistic choices that they've gone, the camera angles, the way the deaths are. As I say, it feels very like Final Destination. And it's not actually a bad film. It's not. If you're going into it thinking that it's Death Note, the one you know and love, then you'll be very disappointed in it. But if you're unfamiliar with the property, you could go into this largely as somebody with fresh eyes, and it's not actually a bad film on its own, which I'm surprised at, because I thought it'd be really bad. But for what it is, and the music and all of the way it's portrayed, it's not actually bad. But fans of the actual Death Note, like myself, will be it's a bit bittersweet, because it's not what we actually expected. It's, as I say, you can watch it as a film, which isn't bad, but you have to kind of take yourself away from being a fan of the original source material and come into this with fresh eyes, I guess you can look at it like that, and say, coming in as a fan, it's not bad. As I say, some of the choices that they've gone, you don't have characters like Rem in there, you've got Ryuk in there. The Misa character isn't the famous movie star or model in this version. She's just a cheerleader in a high school. She doesn't get her own Death Note. No one has any Shinigami eyes in this. A lot of those things are taken out of it. Even the Japanese version managed to do some of those things, but this isn't that. This is a reinterpretation. This is a Hollywood style version of it, and largely, as I said there, it's not actually that bad, guys. Give it a chance. Adam Wingard's Netflix Death Note, not bad. It's pretty good, and I'd give it an 8 out of 10 because it's not actually a bad film. I love the music, I love the style of camera work, I love the direction. There are cheesy elements to it, but it's worth an 8. Go out and watch it, guys.